Hi guys, I wanted to get on here and share Breaking the Barrier Spanish, and this is their Vamos Beginner A. So, you're probably surprised seeing this video, but we decided not to continue on with BJU's Spanish 1. So I contacted one of my dear friends of a decade who's graduated all of her children who are currently in college and asked her what Spanish curriculum she used for high school, and she shared Breaking the Barrier with me. So I went on and did my research. She recommended they have Spanish 1. She's like, it's a lot of information that's covered in 1 year, and she recommended that to actually be spread out over 2 years. But when I did my research, I found out that they took the Spanish 1 course and they split it up over Vamos Beginner A and into a beginner level B, but then they added on a few more chapters. And then once you complete level A and level B, you can go straight into Spanish, their level 2. So then level A would count for Spanish 1, level B would count for Spanish 2 on your high school transcripts, and then when you go into level 2 of their Spanish, then that would count as Spanish 3, and they also have a level 3 that you could count for level 4. But then this here kind of shows you the Homeschool level A package that I purchased. So you get the Homeschool pacing guide, you get their test program, so you get the tests and the vocabulary quizzes, you get the workbook here, you get this little pocket guide of information here, which is great, so you can easily grab this and use your Spanish on the go. And then you get a 1-year online access. And sorry, in the background, I have dogs outside, so you might hear them barking. But then this is the workbook here, so there's a lot less things going on. So I'll start over here. So I made this binder up. So I put the pacing guide information in here, and then they gave me the answer key, which is for the workbook here. And then you get the vocabulary quizzes. So I made copies of these. So then all I need to purchase with another student is just the workbook and the online access. So I don't need to purchase the whole kit again. So I made copies of the quizzes, and the answers are here. Here's the tests here, so I made copies of those, and the answer guides are here for that. So that's my little binder that I made up. And now for my high schooler, I just used their regular, like, tinier binder because I didn't need much room. I didn't need a whole separate binder for this. So I have a Spanish tab here, and this has the daily schedule. And the nice thing about level A and B, it's only 4 times a week for 32 weeks, and lessons should only take about 30 minutes a day. So it's 4 days a week. If we're finding we need more work with vocabulary, maybe on Fridays we might work in, like, work on memorizing and understanding your vocabulary a little bit more. But yeah, here on their website, they have where you can print these off for all of the levels. So it's really nice that it's not going to take a long time. There's only a few things that you have to complete in a day, and it's online. And so it's just really great. And then here I have a tab for the Spanish vocab quizzes. And it looks like they're taking about 4 weeks to complete a chapter. And then here I have a tab for the tests here. And so then these are the tests. So that's like the little student binder I came up with for that. And now I'll show you guys inside of the workbook here. And then they have you get online access. And here's the table of contents. So again, each one of these chapters, which they call lessons, they have a student completing it in about 4 weeks. And the reason why they came up with this beginner level A and B is because a lot of people were saying that like the Spanish level 1 was just a lot of information, which is what my friend was telling me, because she said it was just an awful lot to cover in 1 year. So with all of her students who are now in college, she just split up the entire book over 2 years. Oh, and this here that you're seeing, all of this, what you see on here, they have it on the online course, and where your students can type it in, or if they want to hear how to pronounce things, it can be read aloud to them, and it's really colorful and really engaging. So we're on the second level right now. So let me go a little bit more forward so you can kind of see. And it even works in culture and geography, so that's an added bonus. And it really focuses on grammar, understanding the Spanish grammar so you can understand Spanish more. And I know I took 4 years of high school Spanish, so if I had more understanding of the grammar, I would probably have been able to speak more fluently. And it is true. Understanding Spanish, when I traveled to Italy, I was able to understand some Italian. So knowing Spanish can definitely come in handy for our students. So yeah, so this is really great here. And then I will show you what the online access looks like as well. So let me grab my iPad. And you can access this on your iPad or on a laptop. So here's your access. So if I click on here, then it gets you to your welcome, and then they listen in on this, and then over here on this tab, then it has everything broken down by lesson, which is a chapter. So they have all the things that you can go around in here. Lesson 2. So let's see if I click on some of these. So it takes me to it, and you can actually hear what it says in Spanish. Let me turn my volume up.
Step 1.
And then it looks like in lesson 3 is when they're having vocab. Let's really start on here. So if you click on here, it...
Bebé.
Bebé. And then...
Bebé.
And then all the other ones. So it's really nice too, because they can get a visual on here to understand things. All of this, they can have it said to them, and they show things. And so they scroll down here and they can do that. And then here you can actually type in the information on here, and this stuff is found in the workbook. So you can have them do it all online, or you could have them just write it in the workbook or type it in to see if they got it correct. So that is what this level A beginner Spanish 1 is what I'm going to be having my high schooler designated as. So this actually goes through and explains Spanish very well, and it won't be taking forever like we had with the other course. So if you guys have any questions about this, just let me know. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.